What is going on, Sexy Beast? Bald double stuffed crust pizza here, and today we'll be taking a look at the Black Ops 1 RPK and putting it up against the Black Ops 3 version and seeing what all has changed throughout the years. So let's go ahead and get the shit started. So in case you are new to the series, the first thing we do is let you guys watch and listen to both of these weapons, just so you guys can decide for yourself which one you think looks and sounds better. So here you go. Alright, so when it comes to looks and sounds, I gotta give it to the Black Ops 1 version. The Black Ops 3 version, even when it comes to looks, it just doesn't look that good. Now, it is probably because I'm playing Black Ops 1 on PC, and of course, PC is master race, so the Black Ops 1 version on PC is gonna look incredible, but I feel like if you were playing on console, the Black Ops 3 version is definitely gonna look a lot better. Now, normally in this series, this is where I go over a bunch of background information over these weapons, but I've already done a video where I compare the RPK to the RPD, and I went over a lot of background information about the RPK. So if you want to go ahead and check out that video, link's going to be right there on screen. But basically, the RPK was developed in the late 1950s and was actually in service in 1961 for Mother Russia, and it was actually the gun that replaced the RPD. Now, the RPK functions very similar to the AK-47 and even uses the same ammo, 7.62 by 39. It's basically like the LMG version of the AK. They even look very, very similar. So whenever you think of an RPK, just think of an AK-47, but a little bit bigger. So a lot of things actually changed with the RPK throughout the years, and a lot of things seem to have stayed the same. The first thing we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the fire rate, and I line up both these weapons side by side and I start shooting at the exact same time. The fire rate is going to be a little bit different. The Black Ops 3 version's fire rate, I believe, is 600 rounds per minute, while the Black Ops 1's fire rate is going to be 750 rounds per minute. Not exactly sure on why they decided to lower the fire rate, but that was definitely something I picked up on almost right away. Something just felt off the second I used the Black Ops 3 version, and it was definitely that fire rate. And also, you know, it could be the differences in appearance, especially with that red dot. Honestly, I would have been pretty happy if they just would have never included the red dot. I mean, we all remember what they did to the M16, right? The Galil, I can kind of understand, but the M16, I just feel sorry for it at this point, and I really kind of wish they would have just axed that red dot. I would have been completely fine without it. Next up, if we take a look at the accuracy, like hipfire and recoil, I'm definitely going to give this one to the Black Ops 3 version. I feel like it's just a little bit better when it comes to just overall accuracy, hipfire, and recoil. That recoil, now granted it's probably because of the red dot that I just took a huge shit on, the red dot probably actually does help this accuracy by like a lot, but you know, I still probably would have been happier if they just didn't have it, but it does help the accuracy, and even when it comes to hipfire, I do feel like the Black Ops 3 version's hipfire was just a teeny tiny bit better than the Black Ops 1 version. Now the RPK is a very, very accurate weapon. It's probably one of the more accurate LMGs out there, but when it comes down to these two, I'm definitely going to give it to the Black Ops 3 version. So next up, we're going to be taking a look at the reload speed, and if I start reloading at the exact same time, the Black Ops 1 RPK is going to be a little bit slower. Now, it's not really like the animations or anything changed, it's basically just that the reload animation was like slowed down or something. It's like they just sped up the Black Ops 1 reload speed and then said, fuck it, here it is for Black Ops 3, because they kind of look almost identical, it's just one's faster than the other. And speaking of being faster, another test that I actually like to do if I can get both these weapons on the same map, well, you know, kind of the same map, you know what I mean, both on Kino der Toten, I like to see which weapon has the faster mobility. And if I start running at the exact same time in the exact same spot, the Black Ops 3 version is going to have a little bit faster of a mobility. That or Kino in Black Ops 3 isn't proportionate to the Kino in Black Ops 1. It could be either of those two, but it does seem and feel like to me that you can definitely move around a lot faster and a lot quicker with the Black Ops 3 version than you can with the OG one. Alright, so now that we have all the unupgraded crap done with, let's go and take a look at the upgraded version. So when you actually upgrade the RPK in both versions, it's going to turn into the R115 Resonator, and not a lot really changes once you upgrade it. Its damage is of course going to increase with like almost every other single weapon in Zombies, well besides some World at War weapons. Its fire rate unfortunately does not increase, it's going to stay the exact same across the board. Its magazine size is going to go from 100 to 125, so really not much of an improvement, but still an improvement. And the ammo it actually does carry in stock is going to increase by 100. So really when it comes to ammo, it doesn't really get that much of an increase. It gets one more magazine and that's about it. And once you actually do upgrade the Black Ops 3 version, you get a drum magazine, which I think is really cool. And I really like the drum magazine. I think it looks awesome and I'm actually glad they included that. It's just the red dot that I wish we could get rid of. The drum magazine, very nice, muy bueno. The red dot, muy basura. But with saying all that, let's go ahead and confirm everything I just said by looking at all those tests over again real quick. So if we start with the fire rate, of course, since nothing really changes once you upgrade it, the Black Ops 1 RPK is going to be a little bit faster than the Black Ops 3 RPK. And when it comes to overall accuracy, it's going to be like almost the exact same thing as the unupgraded versions, really not much changes. But of course, since the Black Ops 3 RPK does have that red dot, it's going to be a little bit more accurate. And I do think hipfire-wise, it is a little bit more accurate there. So when it comes to hipfire, you got to give it to the Black Ops 3 version. And next up, if we take a look at the reload speed, and similar to all the other tests, they're going to be the exact same as the unupgraded versions. The Black Ops 3 RPK is going to have a faster reload speed than the Black Ops 1 version. And lastly, if we take a look at the mobility, I start running in the exact same spot at the exact same time. The Black Ops 3 RPK is going to have the faster mobility. And I really like that, because the one thing I just hated about World at War weapons was some of them had a really piss-poor mobility, like the PTRS, the Browning, and the MG42. I loved using those weapons, but I hated moving slow. Those zombies would catch up to you and just absolutely destroy you. So I really do appreciate in Black Ops 3 how we can have LMGs, but not be utterly slow. You're still a little bit slower than other weapons, but it's not like you're running through the mud in Shangri-La or anything like that. You're not incredibly slow to where the zombies can immediately just catch up to you. Alright, so with all those tests said and done, let's go ahead and take a look at both these weapons on round 50. We'll start with the Black Ops 1 version first. So if you saw the Black Ops 1 RPK versus the RPD, you will know that the RPK is not a great weapon on high rounds. Now when it comes to Black Ops 1 zombies and just Black Ops 1 weapons, I think the RPK is definitely one of the better weapons to have. I prefer the RPK over the HK21, and honestly I prefer it over a lot of other, like almost every single SMG besides the PM63. The RPK is going to win. It's definitely one of the better weapons in Black Ops 1. But just because it's one of the better weapons in Black Ops 1 doesn't mean it's going to be any good on high rounds. And on round 50, it's going to be piss poor. It's not going to do anything. So that's why I find myself in Black Ops 1 like really never hitting the box, because you either need the trap or the wonder weapon. So of course you're going to hit the box to get the wonder weapon, but it's not a necessity on early rounds. So usually I'm just buying wall weapons and just fucking around until I feel like trying to get the wonder weapon. No gun in Black Ops 1 is going to do really anything on high rounds, so what's the point of even pack-a-punching anything? Because the only thing you really need is the wonder weapon, Mustang and Sally, or the ray gun, and a nice trap or two, and that's really about it. Now if we take a look at the Black Ops 3 RPK, this thing's actually going to be pretty good. It honestly felt a lot like the Dingo. That's kind of what the RPK seemed like when I was using it. It was tearing up zombies very quick, and it was honestly pretty impressive. When I first used the Black Ops 3 RPK, I had thought it was going to be exactly like the original version, but I was pleasantly surprised it was not, and it's actually really fucking good. I wish the Black Ops 1 version was like this one, because that would make things just a lot more fun in Black Ops 1, but unfortunately it's not. So if we're looking at which is the better weapon to have on high rounds, it's definitely going to be the Black Ops 3 version, because you're going to be able to get some kills. Now a lot of people might be saying, oh well, you have Double Tap 2.0 and Black Ops 1 version doesn't. Yeah, well that kind of sucks for the Black Ops 1 version, doesn't it? Because it didn't have Double Tap 2.0 in that game, and Black Ops 3 does. Why would anyone go to round 50 and not carry Double Tap 2.0? I have no idea. But even if the Black Ops 3 version didn't have Double Tap 2.0, I'm still more than confident it would be miles better than the original Black Ops 1 version. I'm not trying to shit on Black Ops 1, just its weapons. Black Ops 1 is my favorite zombies game. But I will gladly admit it had some of the worst weapons, well, in terms of usefulness, in Call of Duty Zombies history. So like I said, high rounds, definitely the Black Ops 3 version. Mid to low rounds, I would probably still stick with the Black Ops 3 version. It's just faster and everything but fire rate. And I know I'm a huge sucker for fast fire rates, but I'm also a huge sucker for mobility and reload speed, and I think that kind of makes up for it. So saying all that, that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very curious to know, down in the comments, let me know which one do you guys prefer, the Black Ops 1 and or Black Ops 3 RPK. And while you're down there, go and check out those links in the description. One of them is my Patreon page. I love my Patreon supporters, and they are awesome and sexy as hell. I'm trying to get a bunch more rewards up for you guys. I don't really know exactly what to give you guys yet. So once I do, you guys will be able to enjoy a bunch of nudes or something else like that. And while you are down there in the description, make sure you guys check out my t-shirt shop. If you guys want to help support me, or you just want some really cool t-shirts, check them out. I absolutely love them, and I wear them all the time. And also make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch. It's the best way to come in contact with me. And lastly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.